off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pei.
And welcome. You're tuned in to Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show. You're on KCAA, NBC News, CNBC News, and NBC Sports Radio Station AM 1050, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes, TuneIn, Audible, Amazon Music, Tiki Live, Rumble, Podchaser, Spreakers, and more. Why so many places? Because I want to maximize my splatter zone for more hope and happiness. That's why I've been doing this for 675 consecutive weeks. We are on the cusp of my 13th year. That will be May 1st. Yes, I started in 2012, and this is podcast show number 1,300, and wait for it, 64. So I'm so glad that you're here. I'm getting a little emotional. You know, Mondays are the days that I change the counter on the number of consecutive weeks, and I give myself a little breath of appreciation and gratitude for all y'all who are watching now and later and listening either in your car or wherever you are. I have so many wonderful messages all the time. And I don't know what's going on, but I seem to be recognized out in public more, which, you know, you don't want to be recognized for bad things. So the good news is, I don't exactly subscribe to any press is good press. So when people come up to me and say, I listen to you, I watch you, whenever I'm not feeling my normal happy self, I tune into you because listening to you for a little bit makes me either laugh or not think about all the things that are worrying me. So I am just blessed and appreciative. And I just wanted to start out this Monday, Mental Health Matters Mondays show with that appreciation. And that kind of kicks off also the good life habit, the hashtag Blisscipline, the morning Blisscipline that happens when I start the show with taking a bite of my gratitude sandwich. So what does that mean? Top of the bun is things that we're grateful for outside of ourselves. So when we open our eyes in the morning, we are not distracted by this, which is MS scrolling, meaningless scrolling, but instead we trick and train our minds to focus on something that makes you feel good. What are you grateful for? That's the top of the bun. The bottom of the bun is what you're grateful for directed inwards. What do I like about myself? And this good life habit is what we do at the top of every show. So today's no exception. What are you grateful for, folks? This morning when I woke up, I'm grateful for my pillow, my incredibly comfortable mattress, my warm and cool comforter cover, my very smart phone that wakes me up when I have an interview that you're going to hear in a little bit, scheduled, a pre-recorded interview with Dr. Jada Hill, who's a stress expert. So we're going to have that as soon as we finish breakfast this morning. And I'm grateful for life. I just really, really, really love my life. And I know that you love yours too. And if you're not feeling like you love your life right now, that's okay. You will feel it. This is a byproduct of practicing the law of attraction, the design for living, agape, founded by my big brother, Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith, and it is my absolute purpose, goal, mission in life to choose happiness, and that's kind of why I'm happy most of the time. So if you've just tuned in, you're in the right place. We're having breakfast right now. What else are you grateful for? I see eyeballs rolling in. If you choose to do gratitudes with me, do not put them in the chat if you are driving right now. I'm very happy that many of you, especially in the IE, where the center of this broadcast goes out from KCAA, this is a time for you to, get your day started in the most positive way. I'm grateful that it is World Health Day, and what a better way to celebrate World Health Day, say that 3 times, but with taking a bite of my gratitude sandwich and Mental Health Matters Mental Health Matters Mondays with me. Excuse me. I am grateful for an amazing weekend of fun. Excuse me. I'm going to blame Mike Lundgren for coughing because I never used to cough. And then we were talking about it, and now this is the second day that I've coughed while I'm on the air. So he was talking about a mute button. I'm grateful for microphones that allow me to broadcast to you. I'm grateful for the platform KCAA, NBC News Radio, that has housed the Asian Oprah now for I think I started in 2012. I joined KCAA in 2013. So it'll be 12 years with y'all and 13 years altogether. I started with UBN Radio and Tony Sweet, and I'll be grateful for him for giving me not the boot, but the start. And then that was a lot of fun when we were at Sunset Gower. And then thanks to COVID, I get to broadcast here in my living room. So let's go to the bottom of the button, which is, what do I like about myself? And what I can do about myself is I forgot to let's see, put the story up to tell some of y'all that I'm here and I'm ready for you. And let's see. I appreciate my ability to multitask, which is what I'm doing on my YouTube. And yeah, so I am grateful that I can not only multitask, but I am determined. So most of the time, if I say I'm going to do something, I do it. And for that, I am appreciative of myself. I used to, so I've always wanted to be a procrastinator, but I never got around to it. But I used to be a full-blown perfectionist. And as a perfectionist, I call it the perfectionistic slide. So if you are a perfectionist, and I'll do the test, if you say to yourself, I will be happy when this gets done, or if you say, I am my own worst enemy, or if you say, yeah, but I didn't do this, or if you say, I am my own worst critic, then you're most likely 99% a perfectionist. And the perfectionist slide says perfectionism, procrastination, and then paralysis. So many of us perfectionists um, have the tendency, if we get overwhelmed, to do nothing. And so that is why I appreciate that I'm a recovering perfectionist. So when I do set out to do something, I am determined and actually follow up the intent and don't get into paralysis. Certainly not as much as I used to. Uh, I don't think I've been in paralysis for many, many decades, actually. So I'm gonna say it's more than 88% not a procrastinator or in paralysis. My last appreciation of myself, which this little part of the exercise is for, I'm modeling for you before you go to bed at night. A lot of us these days have so much stress that we don't get a good night's sleep, which is really not good for you, body, mind, spirit, and soul. So, and I'll confess the other reason why we don't get a good night's sleep is COVID also brought streaming to us. And binge watching. And it is really easy to stay up way too late, finishing, whatever you're watching. And so this is something that I am guilty of. And I just give myself some grace and allow myself to do it occasionally to get it out of my system. But it is this exercise to appreciate yourself and to be very kind to yourself before you go to bed is so important so that you're not spinning with I didn't do this, I should have done that, I forgot to do this, or who done me wrong, and why did they say that, and why did they uninvite me, and why did blah, 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 blah. And it's just not going to make for a good night's sleep. So this exercise in particular is a good one. Top of the day gratitude, bottom of the day appreciation, so you get a good night's sleep, plus you get the foundation of good mental health. What is that? It is self love, self appreciation, self approval, self mastery, self loving, right? Because if you can't approve of yourself, how the fork do you expect anybody else to approve of you? And unfortunately, a lot of us, yes, it's good we're looking at mental health, World Health Day. Mental health is part of good health, but we're walking around with antenna looking for love in all the wrong places, or likes, which is even worse, in the wrong places, literally on social media. So we really, really want to do the best that we can for ourselves, which is, what do I like about myself? So hopefully I've given you some fodder, some self-love fodder on the breakfast by taking a bite of my gratitude sandwich. Thanks for joining me for breakfast. I promise you, too, that if you do this good life exercise every single day for 28 consecutive days, with or without me, you can do it with me on the air, on camera, or you can do it on your own. Either way, it will sandwich your day in the most positive way. All right. And topic of the day. Since it is World Health Day, we are talking about stress. I have a special spotlight interview. Just recorded it earlier today with Dr. Jada Jackson Hill. And let me give you a little thing on her. And actually, let's see, there is I think a teaser we can actually put up as I read her bio. Let's see if I can do this here. I'm going to put this here. All right. And I think we have people in common. I just saw Les Brown's face. Um, Let me give you a little about my guest. She is Dr. Jada Jackson Hill, president of Total Life Counseling in Dallas. She's an advocate for bold advancement toward complementary behavioral health care as a precursor for clinical treatment and leads the change for employee well-being, innovative benefits, and corporate training throughout the county. Jada is responsible for clinical and operational strategy to increase mental health services to the Dallas-Fort Worth community. She leads her team of therapists and service providers who are passionate about treating mental illness. In addition to owning a thriving private practice for several years as a licensed mental health counselor, she joined the team of the National Basketball Players Association Mental Wellness Program, where she assisted developing the first mental health training curriculum for NBA players. How cool is that? She also served as primary mental health wellness trainer for the athlete team meetings. She partners with Major League Baseball Players Association to train them on mental wellness as well. She continues to work with high-performing athletes worldwide and enjoys sports psychology counseling role she holds with various teams. She also has worked with global healthcare providers, with executives to develop mental health content for EEO assistance programs, and worked with people like, or corporations like Humana, Optum, Anthem, Workplace Solutions, Walmart, Mercedes-Benz, and many others. She received her bachelor's from Regent University in professional communication. Her doctorate is from Argosy University and Sarasota, sorry. Not very Florida intelligent here. In counselor education and supervision, she has a master's degree in human services counseling from Regent University and master's in clinical mental health counseling with an emphasis in counseling psychology. All right, here we go. Let us hear from Dr. Jada Jackson Hill. Wasn't that a great interview? Thank you so much. I am going to here. I am happy to always bring you, you know, interesting people, interesting information. That is a company that I get to work with, A1 Broadcasting, that comes to me and asks me to different, awarenesses, stress awareness day. Today's World Health Day, and I love the extra aspect of this show that I get to bring you. And it is Monday. So you know that it is time to also have my Asian Oprah giveaway. Every Monday, you get a free audio book copy of my number one best-selling book, 8 Ways to Happiness from Wherever You Are. And it's a value of $20. All you need to do is go to my website, which is here on the screen, www.drmarissa.life. And when you put in your email, you will get a promo code that will tell you how to download that free audiobook copy. So I am super happy that you're here today. Another day of sandwiching your day in the most positive way. So I thought, since it is World Health Day, since we are talking about mental health matters, since we are just talking about stress in the many ways to de-stress that Dr. Jackson gave us, I really have been practicing what I teach. And certainly Dr. Jada was also, giving us some ideas on products and where to go. She was talking about exercise. My Happy 88 tools are largely with an area that I've been turning up the volume out called personal mastery. And I credit my honorable moniker, Oprah, with bringing the whole conversation about mental health to mainstream. That's the good news. The not so good news is that many people, okay, so you have the awareness now, you don't feel balanced, you don't feel happy, you don't feel peaceful, you have this monkey running up in your head. And how do you calm the monkey down, or the alligator, or whatever that squirrel talk that is crazy making? Lots of people turn to things to try to numb down or cover up or push down, so they're not thinking of it. And I'm one of those who did that for many years. I used alcohol, I used sleep medication to just, try not to think about all the craziness that was going on in my head. Some of it was real, some of it was Memorex. Millennials, you'll have to look that up. That's just the past, a memory tape, or fear for future. And so when you are in that spin, it will take you out. It is stress inducing. You will continue to use your mind to ramp up what's happening in your chemical factory. Your body is a chemical factory, and it functions for our good with the immune system. Stress is a signal for you to react so that you're not killed or run over by a woolly mammoth or a car in modern day. So there is a purpose for stress, but this generation, probably, I don't know, civilization, the mechanical age, the machine age, as soon as we started introducing non-natural stress, gotta, work so hard because I got to keep up with the Joneses. That is society made stress, religion, the sins, going to hell. That is religious induced stress. Um, our own conditioning from parents who were well meaning, but maybe more mean than well. That is family induced stress. So we have brought stress from a healthy level to we invite extraordinary unhealthy stress levels into our life, and that will affect our mental health. It will affect our physical health. It is no longer I wonder if it is true that if you're stressed that you're going to hurt yourself with um, illnesses, chronic, acute. And it is no longer just a hypothesis. Well respected Mayo Clinic, Harvard Medical, go down the line, Scripps, all of them are very definitive in the studies that if you have high stress, prolonged stress, it will affect your immune system. It'll affect chronic illness. It'll affect acute illness, heart attack, heart disease, stroke. I mean, it's no longer I wonder what stress is doing to me. So we really, really, really need to manage our minds. Our mind is the generator of stress. It's not our hearts, our mind, the thoughts that we continue to think, the BS, the belief systems that we continue to hold will generate degenerative stress. So, why am I talking about this? Because if you're highly stressed, you are not happy. You are not balanced. You do not have hope. And that is my brand. Happy 88 mission, 88 million in 8 years. I want 88 million people to be 88% happy. And I'm sorry, the average person out there is not 88% happy. And I'll qualify it for a second. Why do I say 88? Why not 100%, Dr. Marissa? Why can't we be happy 100% of the time? Well, if you are happy 100% of the time, you're dead. And I don't want dead people watching, talking around me. I like the living, and we need the contrast. You will not be happy if you don't know unhappy. Everything has that yin and yang. However, we don't have to be 99% unhappy and 1% happy. I would say the average of what I see out there, people are 60% happy. They might have been 68% happy, but since the election, they're 60% happy or less. So since COVID, maybe that was 73% happy before COVID. So external things do affect your ability to be happy because you're focusing on things that generate thoughts of unhappiness. So, why do I do Mental Health Matters Mondays? Because I want to give you some tools to help you be the boss of this thing. Because if you're not the boss of this thing and you let the monkey or the squirrel or the alligator or the critic drive your life car over the cliff, then you will not ever have balance. So managing your stress, handling your stress is one thing. But knowing that you can choose how much stress you want to feel, that's law of attraction. That is an understanding that you are the master of your ship. You are the chooser of your thoughts. And some of you will say, no, I wake up and, I have automatic feelings of I'm fat and ugly, insecure, not all that. Who do I think I am? And all I'm saying to you right now, folks, is you have trained your monkey to wake up with those thoughts. And what is it? Up to 60,000 thoughts a day. The is 75 to 85% negative. That's a habit. That is a habit of thought that you continue to keep alive because you don't believe that you can actually choose the thoughts that come into your head. And folks, I hope this is the first and the day that you decide and you believe that you actually can change your mind. You can choose what you focus on. And I've had this discussion several times, and I love having it because I learn what I teach. If I'm teaching it, I know that it's something that I need in my own life. And nothing's more annoying to me when I have to practice what I teach. Ergo, the title of my show is Take My Advice. I'm not using it tongue in cheek. However, I am using it. I have been using it. And that is why for the past 16 years plus, I I know how to live no matter what is happening around me. And there's been not great things happening around me. I know how to be the boss of my head. I know how to soothe myself. I know how to soothe my soul. I know how to soothe my heart. I know how to soothe my mind, which is such an incredibly empowering skill. So how do I do that? Have to take a quick break. How's that for a teaser? No, when we come back, I have to take a quick break for news, weather, and traffic. Y'all know NBC News Radio, KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind, home to the Asian Oprah, AM 1050, FM 106.5. And if I don't take a station ID, I get to hear about it from the station. So please don't go away. When we come back, practical tools, especially the art of neglect, which is one of my favorite, to help you manage your stress. Don't go away. We'll be right back in 2 and 2. Peace in, peace out. Welcome to Balanced Tai Chi Gong. My name is Dr. Marissa Pei. For the next 28 minutes, we will be slow dancing with the universe in a moving meditation that promotes inner peace, one breath at a time. Just follow the sound of my voice and move with me as I guide you through this ancient wisdom through New Thought practice. As a corporate psychologist, I created this practice in response to my life and those of my clients. We were professional, high achievement-oriented, multitasking control freaks and exhausted. No matter how many successes, it was never enough. That, coupled with a painful life experience, led me on a quest to find another way to live and back to my Chinese roots. If you practice regularly, I can promise you that it will impact all health vortexes. Body, mind, spirit, soul. You will be in a place of balance and inner peace the way we were created. 谢谢. Be my partner, dance with me, just hold on, I will.
Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pei.
And we're back. You're tuned in to Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA. AM 1050, FM 106.5, NBC News Radio, home to the Asian Oprah, and streaming everywhere. Number one talk in the IE. Thank you very much. iHeartRadio, Spotify, and of course, my YouTube TV channel, where if you free subscribe, you'll get an alert every weekday morning that I'm here to splatter more hope and happiness. So give me the finger, this one, and look forward to always being with you. A little commercial tomorrow. We are so delighted to have Cynthia James with me. She is just many things. She's a multi-hyphenate like myself. I heard her for the first time on the Agape International Spiritual Center stage. I reached out to my big brother, Michael Bernard Beckwith, the founder, to get her number. I got it, and he may be even popping in, depending on his schedule, but please do show up tomorrow, every weekday morning, actually. But tomorrow is Cynthia James for my hashtag Tuesday Talent. But today it is rainy days and Mondays always get me. Actually, that's not true. It is not rainy days in Southern California, but it is Monday, Mental Health Matters Mondays. And I love to use Mondays to splatter more hope and happiness and encourage you to be claiming your birthright to happiness 88% of the time. And before the break, we had Dr. Jada here talking about different ways to manage your stress. Well, I have a tool to continue that discussion, and it is called the art of neglect. Now, neglect is usually a negative word. When I say neglect and do that word association, usually people think of abandonment or neglecting your children or neglecting your partner, or neglect, not a good thing. You don't want to have neglect. However, I'm here to say, you say neglect is a bad thing. I actually think it's a very useful thing. Why do I say that? Well, if we follow what we were talking about before the break around stress generation. So how can you individually manufacture your own stress? It's actually easier than you think. You can't control what people say to you, what people do to you, what the external environment brings. So, hurricane, tragedy, storm, fire, you cannot control external things that happen to you. But you can control the way you react to them. So, you plan something, a wedding. You want the wedding to be a beautiful day. You want it to be sunny. You can't control the weather. And let's not wedding, birthday party, whatever that is. You want something to happen a certain way, and it doesn't happen that way. The first reaction to anything different than what you expected is usually, not happy, frustrated, anxious, a little fearful. Okay, I get it. That's normal, right? That comes from being human. We have that as a reaction in our bodies. The chemical factory creates different chemicals. That's normal. And usually difference is not good in the old days. When we were cavemen, cavewomen, we had to have a heightened reaction to anything different. Woolly mammoth gonna kill us. have to be up there, fight, flight. Normal, normal. So that level of stress is normal. What is not normal is continued focus when something is not there. Got that? So let's say it's possible that something might happen, but it hasn't happened. And this is where I see so many people shoot themselves in the foot, hurt their minds, hurt their bodies, hurt their souls because they live in that future worst case scenario. You go to the doctor, they say they're taking tests, or you haven't even gone to the doctor and you have a symptom. And I love Google, my assistant Google. I ask you to use it all the time. It does so wonderful things in bringing good information about me. However, Google can also bring you catastrophe if you Google something that's happening to you, rash, pain, whatever. Worst case scenario is a way that we choose to elevate our stress. And that is not a great habit. Worry warts are the poster children of worst case scenario. And if you're a person that says, I'm a worry wart, I would challenge you to stop saying that. You may have a tendency to worry. You may have grown up or been conditioned as a child to do that. Either your parents are that way or something happened to you when you were a kid, which heightened that worry part of you, but you're not a worry wart. You do have a tendency and a practice and a habit of worrying, which you can change if you want to. Now, if you like the feeling that comes with being a worry wart, which, hey, your counterpart, your cousin is the drama queen. I am drama, therefore I am. Drama brings on stress. Stress brings on dis-ease, either mentally or physical disease, dis-ease. If you want that, go ahead. Choose to believe you're a worry wart. Choose to believe you're a drama queen. Or I am a person who has a habit of worrying, has a habit of worst case scenario, has a habit of wanting drama in my life. And I can change that. I can change it pretty much anytime I want to. However, it is not a light switch. If it took you, people ask me all the time, when can I stop doing that? Well, it's practice. It's a discipline. You have to really have that conscious, I'm having a thought of worst case scenario paranoia again. And instead of that, I want to choose a better feeling thought. That's my favorite, strongest tool, is to live every moment and ask myself, is this the best feeling thought I can have? That's a discipline, man. It is not easy. It's simple, but it is not easy to be aware of what I am thinking and then asking that question very often. And this is where the art of neglect comes in. Thinking is overrated. And I use my breath. You saw the ad, you saw the promotion. I have a Chinese yoga practice, a balanced Tai Chi Kung practice that helps me focus on breath in through the nose. And then what happens in the out breath is I take the thought that is not the best feeling thought and allow it to leave me. Breathe in, grab the thought, that thought I wonder what she meant by that. I don't think she likes me anymore. I think that I just pissed someone off. I think that I did something wrong, and release that thought out. And what happens with every breath, there's another tool here. That's the art of neglect. Neglect says, I choose not to continue to replay that record. I just love the fact that whenever I say something that is particularly brilliant, there's a siren that goes off. And I know that this is such an important part of stress management, being the boss of you, personal mastery. If we think that the world is random and chaotic and we don't have the power to choose our thought, choose our focus, choose what we're thinking about, we're going to have a really tough time bobbing in this sea of chaos and bad things happening, because bad things will happen, but we can choose how long we're going to focus on that bad thing. Really. And there's two things that will change what is happening up here. And one is focus, and the other is how long, time. So if I feel bad today about something that happened on Saturday, it is now Monday. I could have left that Saturday night, Sunday morning even. But if I'm still thinking about something that happened on Friday night and there's no new information, I've got a really lazy focus. My ability to focus muscle, I'm lazy. I haven't practiced it, because the art of neglect allows me to hone on other things and let that dissipate with time and neglect. If someone said to me something to me on Friday that I didn't like, there's only one person keeping that alive. Me. Because I chose to keep thinking about it, to keep trying to problem solve around it, to keep thinking about what I should say back. Should I text her back? Should I ask her what she meant? Trying to dig in there, or I'll call someone. Do you think I should? Or I can't believe they said this, and or I can pull myself up by my big girl panties and say, I don't know why. And is it of benefit to me to even know why? I got a great tool yesterday when my big brother, Michael Bernard Beckwith, said, instead of being piss offedness, his word, he didn't use it yesterday, but it's one of my favorite words from him. I always have the choice of getting ticked off, righteously indignant, right? I have a good reason. They just did something to me that I didn't deserve, right? How dare they? Someone's rude to me, says something rude. I can be righteously indignant and pissed off. And when I'm pissed off, do I feel good? No. Am I at peace? No. Am I happy? Heck no. Heavens no. And the more I focus and get indignant and tell someone, or, talk to myself and work myself up into a frenzy, I'm doing that to me. Instead, I can go, geez, they must be having a bad day. Or I wonder what happened to them that got them into that. And if I'm curious, I don't need to answer it. I'm not going to interview them and ask them. But if I can set myself up to have a kinder thought about that person, I'm gonna feel better. It's not about them, it's about me. Why? Because I do not want to choose elongated anger, resentment, fear, piss offedness, because it hurts me. It hurts my mental, emotional, my physical body, my spiritual body, all of it. I can choose not to do that with neglect. Friday, I thought about it every 5 minutes. Friday night, I thought about it every half an hour. Saturday morning, I thought about it every hour. Saturday afternoon, I thought about it every 4 hours. Saturday night, I hardly thought about it at all. Sunday, I woke up thinking about it a little more. I called one person who I spilled the beans, gave her the whole thing, got her perspective, and that allowed me to let go of it even more. And I'm going to take a deep breath because that's 3 sirens in a row, which is unusual. So someone is needing a little breath of peace and comfort, and the first responders need some courage, or not need some courage, but it wouldn't hurt. So those of you hear the background, it also sounds like it's close. So if you would just gently close your outer eye with me, take a deep breath in through your nose, and releasing peace, comfort, wisdom, hope in this situation that requires all the sirens and alarms right now. And I rub my hands usually, and I take this because I use that breath and I magnify it. And that's my practice. And you can do that too. All right. So back to the topic. How do we use the art of neglect to manage our stress? We allow time and our ability to focus on other things and choose the best feeling thought to decrease our own level of stress. And why is this important? Because yes, you could choose to go shopping to alleviate your stress for retail therapy. I've done it. I allow myself to do it once in a while, but it's not a habit. I also used to drink alcohol to numb myself, to manage my stress. Don't do that. Haven't been doing it for 16 and a half years because the consequences were worse than the numbing. I could gamble, I could eat, I could do many things to numb out the feeling of stress. None of those things are consequence free. The one thing that is consequence free is the art of neglect, is strengthening our ability to focus. Does that make sense? I hope so, because we're out of time. As usual, I'm so glad you were here. I still see the eyeballs. Thanks for joining me today in Mental Health Matters Mondays. Happy World Health Day. I know that you today, hopefully, decide that you're taking responsibility for your own good mental health and happiness. And that's it. Tomorrow, Cynthia James, my hashtag Tuesday talent. Wednesday, doctors in the house. Thursday, Throwback Thursday. Friday, Straight Talk with James Hawthorne. Oh, I got a heart. Thank you so much. And a comment. Let's see what the Cashew Gallery is doing. Leo, so nice to see you in the Cashew Gallery. Glad that you're here. And gosh, you know, it's all about balance. Peace in, peace out. World peace through inner peace. Now go and have the best day ever. I'll see you tomorrow.
Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pei.